What's up? What's up? What up? What up? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, everybody. What's up? What's up, though? What's up, everybody? It's your boy 800 the Stiz House. You know what I'm saying? The God, you know what I'm saying? The man form, the prophet de jour. What's up, baby? Thailand TV, man. Welcome to my show. Welcome to my show. It's Friday, everybody. It's a Friday night. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody free right now. Everybody free right now. Everybody doing whatever they want to do right now because everybody free right now. It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know what's funny about that? You know what's funny about it being Friday night, though? I was talking to some guys about this one time. It's like when you get older, man, Friday night changed. See, Friday night when you was young, it's about to get lit. You know what I'm saying? You about to go missing for like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? You about to be gone to like 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Monday morning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so Friday be lit, man. But the problem is when you get older, man, lit Friday ain't the same. Cause like for real, honestly, you be like, you clean up the rest of the mess. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then not only clean up the rest of the mess, you kind of like you kind of resting from what the whole week has brought. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get older and you get more involved in your work, you get higher, get promoted, get more of an assignment, get more duties, become more of an entrepreneur, running your own thing, investing more of your time. So the Friday nights, man, be like a night to be like, man, you got to recuperate just from the week, just so you can get started. So Saturday night be the real night for, you know what I'm saying? The grown folks. That's what I'll be noticing. They really go out on Saturdays. But Friday, hey, Friday, it's still Friday. You know what I'm saying? They got no job. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They got anything to do, right? It's Friday, y'all. What's cracking, man? Yeah, man. Tune in, man. Hold on. Let me tell these people to tune in, man. Boy. Still kind of going in with uh that game last night, man. That game last night was trippy. Um it was off the chain, man. It was off the chain game, man. Um really proud of Indiana, man. I mean, they did their thing, man. We're gonna talk a little bit more about it on my show, on me and Rob's show, Real Recognize Real. So the episode will be coming in tomorrow. We'll put that live tomorrow for you. We kind of switch it up, see Thursday, what it's like to post on Thursday, see what it's like to post on Friday. Rob wants to go with the Friday, so we're gonna check Friday out. Start posting to you on Friday, give you guys some of you know what I'm saying, some of that wisdom, some of that knowledge on Friday night. As sure, I try to do it every day for you. I try to give you a little bit every day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Take it. Blessings. If you don't, you know what I'm saying, it wasn't meant for you. But man, that game was crazy though. That game was crazy yesterday, man. Like it was just and I think one of the things, like I said, for me was the whole look of just good basketball, man. It was just good basketball being played. And I think that was like really defining for me, was the team's ability to be able to play some good basketball. Guys getting to the basket, not just settling for shots. You know what I'm saying? Great defense being played. You know what I'm saying? Like role players making big shots at important times in the game, and then stars stepping up at the end of the game to seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? That's just good basketball to me. So, and I know people probably was expecting OKC, but wasn't expecting Indiana. But they got more than they ever thought they could have right now. You know what I'm saying? Because your boys are sitting, OKC is sitting down at the crib right now, down one. You know what I'm saying? The Indiana in the NBA playoff finals, right? So, Indiana, do your thing, boys. It's all good. Yeah, just a little bit, man. Sports world, man. Over at Apple Valley, man. Man, it's an amazing time. I don't think we slowed down over. I don't think Apple Valley slowed down after the basketball season. You know, which I was part of. So most sports and coaches and stuff like that. When they get to a certain point, they stop. But Apple Valley is starting to do something. Like I said, most schools in the state are doing now. They're implementing more of a spring kind of revitalization to where they get back in touch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing going on, but just more so just kind of getting back in touch and reaching out through emails and through um, um, the social site that they have, and just kind of getting in touch with the families and letting them know, you know what I'm saying, things is gonna be heading up. And man, you look up 2-3 months goes by real fast, and now you're back in the gym, school's out, getting some free play, working together, and then now they got the whole breakdown coming up in the summer right now. I think this weekend actually all the kids, man, all the teams in the state will be playing, so it's going to be really interesting just to kind of see and get a touch, especially after some of the games that we've been seeing with AAU, some of the teams and some of the players, and now they coming back together. You know what I'm saying? So, in Apple Valley, man, is really in a good position, especially the basketball team. We know that, but just sports wide. I mean, their programs are, if not, you know what I'm saying, making that one last leap. They're literally right there. I've seen so many medals being handed out during the track season. Medals got handed out to the baseball team yesterday. Football team got a medal, and you know, wrestling. That's the thing about Apple Valley sports that I be tripping about. That really be tripping. Apple Valley wrestling is like dominant, like in the state. Like as far as like putting out product, Apple Valley, you know what I'm saying, holds it. It be on the low too, because it's funny too. Because I remember when my son was at Valley Middle, it was some kids over there, and they was coming in there for some wrestling, and or no, he was at Valley Middle, but we were practicing at Apple Valley High School, and one of the times we had practice over there, some kids was walking through as I was leaving, and they had a little wrestling gear, and they was walking. It was like a lot of them. I was like, dang, it's a lot of kids walking here for wrestling. They deep, so they wrestling always been on top. I mean, they got Olympians, you know what I'm saying. So when you producing Olympians, you know what I'm saying. Hey, your girl, what's her name, the skier, Lindsey Vaughn. Hey, south of the river, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Something in the water is Apple Valley, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We stop before they flood this place, man. Oh man, let's go. But yeah, man, Apple Valley sports is cracking off, man. I think well, shoot, 3 weeks the football team will be doing their little camp in Mankato. So man, it go quick, man. It goes quick. I try to tell people all the time, man. I'll be trying to take the season off. You know, when TJ goes into the track season, into the spring season, I usually try to take the season off. And it's like, you know what I'm saying, with everything that he's doing, I'm more involved with more of the sports than anything. So it's like, you know, and you've been ripped to run every direction. The young dude be, you know what I'm saying, playing 7-on-7 football, basketball, a little bit of AAU basketball. He'll prioritize his track, which is dope. Dope about my son is that he prioritize whatever sport he's in. He prioritizes that to the end. That's what's dope. I always taught him that when he was young. I remember, because you know how kids is, they try to step away when they can. You know, they don't feel good or whatever like that, especially when they're younger. An excuse not to go. And I'm like, no, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We see it all the way through the end. Once it's done, once we reach the end of the season, then you can decide if you want to say come back again and do it again. But you're gonna see it all the way through to the end of the season. And you know what I'm saying, to come into his spring seasons, man, it's just so crazy because he commits and hey, especially this year was the first year him being 17, you know what I'm saying, his contact and his conversations with people. But you know what I'm saying, like it's good to see that. But at the same time, I gotta be that dad, like, hey man, look, you committing to this, man. What's going on? What's cracking? So, you know what I'm saying? But we see it all the way through the end. No matter what happens, we're gonna ride out. So yeah, big up to him. But you know, talked about this before, you know what I'm saying, the guys and the culture that's coming out of Apple Valley, man, it's just breeding a lot of winning now. I know people hate to say that word, but I don't care. This is my show. I do what I want to do on Thailand TV because everybody can get shots. Everybody can get them. Everybody can get them. No, but see, look, it's important to know that that's an aspect of the game, and I think that you see that because now you start to see a winning culture, right? And that's like people get it, and I get what people say to me and talk about with the sports in my mind and my passion of it, and I get it. But when you see what I'm saying, you see the culture change, and that's why the culture has been changing, and that's cool. And I'm not talking about my kid. I'm not talking about everybody's kid, or excuse me, I'm not talking about just the kids that I know in firsthand. I'm talking about benefiting all the kids that live in Apple Valley, and I think that's the most important thing that we can do. With my community, because this is where I live, this is where my son goes, this is where I was bred right now. I was raised up in this mug for what I moved here 2010, moved to Apple Valley in 2010. It's 2025. That's 15 years. You know what I'm saying? That's 15 years of a life. I mean, gather up your life on a piece of paper and count for 15 years and what happened in your life in 15 years, right? Most of y'all for 15 years was living with your parents. You know what I'm saying? You was growing up. That's the longest 15-year span you have of anything, right? So if you think about it like that, that's why my love is for Apple Valley. And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do whatever I can to help. And one of the things that I've done is help breed a culture. And if you look at it, you know what I'm saying? It died out probably after Momo left. No, after Bilal. It's tough because after Momo left, it was difficult because for because Bilal was really like really by itself. I mean, he had a lot of we've always had a lot of serviceable guys. Like football's always had a lot of heart, but been small. That's one of the biggest problems with Apple Valley football is we've just been small, but we had a lot of heart. We had a lot of guys that have heart and that are strong. They just weren't big. So it just football just makes a difference. It just does, right? And then on the basketball side, you know what I'm saying? Once Jones and the Jones brothers, and then once Trey and Gary Trent. Oh, Gary Trent left before Trey graduated, but then once he left, then one more year with Momo. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing, getting his ball on. Bobby was on that team, and I think that was around right before COVID hit. Once COVID hit too, that really kind of messed it up a little bit. So it was like that winning culture just wasn't there for a while, and getting it back in there was dope. Because, like I said the other day in my show, it started with the association. Boom, we had to crack them open first. You know what I'm saying? We had to crack their hands open first. We had to make them realize that we live out here. We got to make them realize, hey, we live out here now. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man. Hey, I say what I say. This is my TV. This is how I am. This is how I talk. But that's kind of really what it was. Really, what it boils down to is that it was like we had to kind of remind them that hey, it's a lot of us that live out here now, and there's gonna be a lot more. So, and the culture changed and everything. And I think at Apple Valley, with the association, started to accept it, and the high school started to accept it, and then they brought in a good. They brought in a pretty good AD, man. I mess with Corey. Cool dude. That's the thing about it. You got to be cool. But this is what I like though. This is what I like for real. You got to be able to blend in. You got to be able to blend in. You can be yourself, but you got to be able to blend in. And that's what a lot of things, especially with people of urban and my color, don't understand how to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I try to say, this is why I thrown it out there before. Try to be that interpreter, you know what I'm saying, between the two worlds, you know what I'm saying, between the two, whatever. But once you know what I'm saying, he was able to provide staffing on the programs that you know brought back life. You know what I'm saying? So Apple Valley cracking, man, right now. I'll be telling that, man. I've been talking about that for years, man. So, and starting to see in the pudding, man. But like I said, I've been saying it for years, man. I've been telling people, man, and now everything's coming to fruition. And these young boys is playing some basketball, man. And like I said, the 2026s, man. But it's a lot of 2026s in Minnesota, man. It's just gonna be a great class. It's gonna be like a phenomenal class out of our state. Phenomenal class across the board through all sports. 2026, 2027, 2025 wasn't no punk either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not secluding the 24s and 23s, but that's I'm more through at the association at that time. You know what I'm saying? I was interacting, I seen them and watched them, but 2025s, I know them. I've dealt with them before, and I've been on a coaching level with some of them before. But 2026s, you know what I'm saying? 2025s, you know what I'm saying? I seen them, and 2027s, they crazy. 2028s, 30s is crazy. I heard, hey, yeah, man, y'all got to be there to watch 29s and 30s. Them's gonna be crazy. So, you know, if they all stay together, I don't hold punches. I just say what the really is. If they all can stay together, if people can realize um, the bigger goal, you know what I'm saying? So it's very important to realize that the bigger goal is more important than anything else. Your opinions, your philosophy, what you got to say, what you got to do is important. But there's nothing bigger than basketball season ends in March. Everything that you do between November to March is about basketball. You can spend the rest of the year doing whatever, but from November to March, crack a lady. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with football. You know what I'm saying? It starts in June, July-ish, you know what I'm saying? When they get cracking, and then all of a sudden you're going to October, maybe November, right? And it's the high school level. It gets stretched out a little bit more for pros, but you get the point of what I'm trying to say. You got to lock in. You know what I'm saying? It's important to do that. And, you know, with these classes that we got now, um, the fight is coming back. I love it because the fight is coming back. You get a lot of gritty kids. It's just us that have to push them to the next level. One thing I want to do is real quick to change the subject for a second. Once again, shout out to the graduates. Shout out to all graduates, 2025 class. Shout out to y'all, man. Because look, it's crazy. I know I talk crazy. I know I do. It be points in what I'm saying if you listen to it. Blessings. If you don't, it ain't meant for you. But shout out to those 2025 graduates because it's go time. It's real time. I told my kids one time that we're in the locker room, and I told them, I said, look, you guys, it was about halfway through the season. I said, you guys have to understand, you guys are not, because I had juniors at the time, or excuse me, I had JV, but they were all sophomores. So I told them, you know, you sophomores are not halfway through the season. I'm like, hey, you sophomores are not sophomores anymore. And I told the juniors, you're not juniors anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the next grade. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. And I'm like, I get that. You don't understand what I'm trying to say. I was like, but that's what your mindset has to be when you're on the court. You may be whatever you are, but your mindset has to be like, I need to at least be playing like I should be playing next year already. So that way, when I come to the next year, I'm better than I was because I was already working on that. So you got to put yourself in a mindset like that. And then not only that, if any of my kids were to listen to me talk right now about this, I tell them, you just finished school. Last day of school was yesterday. You're officially the next grade. Goes that quick. You know what I'm saying? It goes that quick. You know what I'm saying? That's the point. You got to listen to the points of what I'm saying. Weed through all of the stuff, but listen to the points, right? Because your mind's going to take you all over the place. But listen to what I'm saying. It's very important. Like they got to understand that that's how it moves. It moves that quick. So your mindset always has to be of your next state, getting yourself to to where you want to be at next year. What they say, people say it all the time. Your only enemy should be your only enemy should be your old self. You know what I'm saying? Or your yesterday. You know what I mean? But that should be your only enemy. You should be fighting that person, not to be how you are, but to always be better. And the reason is because these young men are going out into this world, and they're corporations. They're incorporated, right? They're whatever their name is, incorporated. LLC, if you want to be smart enough about it. But they got to understand that, and they need to realize, do businesses really care? You know what I'm saying? Like, do businesses really care about them? This is stuff that they need to understand. You know what I'm saying? That's why we treat kids, our children, tough love. We got to give them tough love while they're growing up with us, because the world is just going to give them tough. You know what I'm saying? And every once in a while, every small portion of the world, they'll find love. But otherwise, the world's tough. So that's why we got to treat them like that. And one of the things that I remember hearing a long time ago is that if you were to die today, excuse me, if you were to pass today, no, hey, no wishes on anyone, but if anybody was to pass, then the company that they work for would go put their job up and find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's the world that these young people are going into. You know, they're going into that world, and I've seen it. I've seen it before. I've seen places. I've been at places where they treated the young people like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like they have no life. You know what I'm saying? And they expect them to make their whole life their company. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else's company, and then that's how you get stuck in that rat race. You know what I mean? So it's very important for our kids to understand that they have value, and you know, saying that they're somebody. So 2025, you know what I'm saying? Good luck to those young men out here. I've been seeing a lot of the posts and a lot of the people that I know, their children, man. So man, what's one love, man? It's a good season, man. Because I think I seen something that said Minnesota is like the highest with graduation rate in 2025. Like it's the highest it's been in like for whatever. So you know, I am not talking crazy, people. I'm not talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It sounds crazy because I'm animated a little bit, but I'm not talking crazy. There was a post that said that Minnesota's graduation rate skyrocketed this year compared to last year. I told you, 25 is when it started. Took a little downfall for a minute, but now y'all back. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all dogs is back. You know what I'm saying? The dogs and these boys. Let's go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So let's see here. Well, let's crack it off, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it, man. Tonight's show. Man, you know how I do, man. You know how I do, man. I try to talk about good people that want to be in good relationships with good people, right? That's what I talk about. You know what I'm saying? I add a little bit of pizzazz with it, a little bit of Emerald Live, yeah, with it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I do. But at the same time, the points and the things that I'm making circle around everyone being a good person that wants to be in good relationships with good people. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's the core heart of the whole situation. The most important part of the body, the heart. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, and real quick, speaking of that, I think one of the most important areas of the body, if I'm not mistaken, the most vital area of the body is right here. The most vital area. I think the heart and the lungs are the most vital area of the body. I think you can be brain dead, other things and areas in your body you can have, and you be amputated. You know what I'm saying? But once you lose that breath and that feeling and that blood pump, you dead. You dead. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, that's what it is, right? Because I mean, this is a vessel. You know what I'm saying? And the brain commands it. So if the conscious leaves, the body might still be able to do whatever. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't. It'd be just like bam, vessel, right? So, but it still be a vessel, but it ain't shut down yet until that bam, bam, bam. So, point that I want to make is, if listening to the story of the Bible, it says that Adam was laid to rest. The Most High took a bone from his rib. I'll be reading this stuff, man. Do y'all read when y'all read stuff, or do y'all just read over stuff? Like, right? Am I right? Because if y'all read this stuff, if you really, really read stuff, if you really take yourself out of yourself and stick yourself like a fly on the wall, right? And read that story and what it says that the Most High laid out on the rest, took a rib from him, took 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 a piece of an area that's so vital to life to create his mate. Do y'all read stuff when y'all read stuff like read stuff? So I'm just asking because it's like the book just said that. So that means that basically you species of women for the species of man, you were taken from the area that protects the most vital part of that. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's why when y'all be getting us sometimes, that's why I be hurt. That's why some dudes be so sensitive. Is that for real? That's how much power y'all got. Y'all got that much power that y'all were taking from the area that literally can kill us, you know what I'm saying, or keep us alive. Straight up. That is that area. That area, either this area is going and we living, or this area is gone and we ain't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all supposed to protect that right there. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, that's why some of this stuff that be going on nowadays, man, and all this stuff and the stuff on social media with, you know what I'm saying, all these stars and stuff that are getting all this drama and all this crap that they blasting out and all this love triangles and hating on each other. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why my language speaks weird to people. That's why people don't understand my language, because my language is love. It comes off crazy and animated and funny, which is actually, you know, even better. But you know what I'm saying? I can see why that conversation is difficult for some people, because it's about love, man. A lot of people, you watch them, you just look at some of the stuff you be seeing on here posted, man. Look at the stuff going on, man. Like, and they just be like, they just be just flamboyant with the crap that they're throwing out there. Like, hell yeah, yep, yep. You know what I'm saying? The dudes be like, yeah, but you, yeah. And dudes be, man, that's what, man, when you see dudes doing it, it's crazy, man. But hey, we're going to bring that and reel that in, you know what I'm saying, into the topic today. The topic today is just a simple little question for you people, man. How's your relationship? Let's check in, man. We're going to do a check in, man. We're going to do a courtesy check. You know what I'm saying? It's important to do query of your relationship. It's important. I think people know the complacency in relationship is bad, and you know, just the fact that everyone kind of knows that, it's easy to kind of speak upon this. Being able to have take an inquiry and take inventory of your relationship, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it sounds crazy. Accountants do this at businesses, bookkeepers do this. So, in their sense, what they're doing is they're going in and they're making sure that all the numbers match up. Really, that's all it is. And I think it's important to do that for your relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's important to check in. It's important to sit down and say, even guys know what I'm talking about. You see a woman walking with a little extra little heel. They heel hit a little bit harder on the floor than usually. She walking, hey, you know what I'm saying? Everything all right, you know what I'm saying? But and in that essence, that's triggered, especially for men. We have that fault where we're blind to things like that. But um, that is an initiation push for kind of motivating a man to peep out that something's going on, and regardless of it, you know, saying men got to be aware of it and be willing to say, hey, look, what's up, what's going on? You know, saying you want to talk about something, and you know, women need to do it too, man. And both of you guys, both of us need to realize at some point in time you just got to call the other one over and just say, hey, what's going on? You know, and it's good to do that, because um, we go through times and periods where there's things that we have to say, and then you know, you don't want to say them for whatever reason, whether you're just holding it back, whether you're just the person that's humble and doesn't think that raising up little problems are an issue, or whether you're a simp, what they call them, simps, or whether the ladies are pushovers, whatever it is, right? Sometimes you don't say these things, and they get caught up in the everyday rigmarole of life. You know what I'm saying? And so it's good to kind of sit down and have a check and balance of, hey, okay, wait, I had some questions. I got some things that was concerning me the other day, and I just want to see where you were at with it. You know, because then you're not holding things in. And I think it's difficult to do that for relationships, hold things in, because you deal with these people every day, especially if you're living with them, especially if you're at that level where you're living with somebody. You know, it really is a moment that you guys got to have. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, look. I be spitting sometimes on the low. I be spitting like some gems. You know what I'm saying? You listen to them, blessings to you, blessings. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, it's not meant for you. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. But you got to check in. It's important, man. It's important, and I think that's dope. I think the ladies like that. You know what I'm saying? That's some game recognized game for the men. You know what I'm saying? I think ladies like that type of stuff. So the more you can do that without having to hear that heel, that extra pound of that heel walking down the hallway, the better. You know what I'm saying? The better for your relationship. You look good doing it too. You know what I'm saying? You almost, like I told you, it's almost like being a mind reader. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind too, because they like that stuff. You know, even though we can't, makes you look like one. You know what I'm saying? Ride out. Um, so um, one thing I saw was, okay. So let me give you two stories. Right, one is I saw my boy Waka Flocka. You know what I'm saying? I mess with Waka Flocka. I've been messing with Waka Flocka, man. Right, when he first stepped on the scene, he was the first YN, and I was really like, you know what I'm saying, kind of close in age, kind of, you know what I'm saying. But I was a probably about 30. He was like 20 something. So yeah, something like that. So you know what I'm saying. But he been around for a minute. I'm talking about when he first came in, when it was gutter. You know what I'm saying? When it was like raw, right? And um there was he was messing with his girl Tammy. I think her name is Tammy. I think it is. But they was like this cute couple, man. He got big enough where he got on the little one of them rapper shows. You know what I'm saying? Rapper like Wives or something like that. And so they on there. And he cool. She cool. And then just like anybody else, they end up start going through some drama with their relationship. All this stuff, you know what I'm saying? They start, you know how it is, you know what I'm saying? The wife want to leave because the guy ain't doing this thing. You know the story, man. It's the same story every time. So, so he was like, like they go to a little show. They go to one of the little marriage counselor shows, right? So that the dude on there, and dude was like, "Hey, look, I want you both to tell me three things that the other person does that gets on your nerves." And then dude was like, he had Walker go first. Walker was like, well, it's only one thing, man. She be nagging me all the time. That's it. Just that one thing right there. You know, crowd was laughing. Then she was like, yeah, if this goes down, and then we do this, and then he come back home at like 3, 4 in the morning from the studio all the time, and it could be like 5. Crowd was laughing and cracking up, whatever. And the dude was like, it was this dope part right here. The dude was like, look, I did that as a test. Because if you spend most of your time trying to do things that are good for your partner, you don't have time to think about anything bad they're doing, you know. And that was kind of the whole point of that test, was to say, okay, yes, your mind is showing that you got this that you want to say, you got this that you want to tell, you got this that you want to tell them, and you ain't been telling them that, and you've been holding it in, or it's been building up, and that's what's on your mind. So you can't bask in your essence and in your truth of how you feel about this person, and take care of the things that they want and be there for that person, because you're too concerned about what's wrong with what they're doing. Hey man, Waka Flocka, man, I give him points for that. That was a dope episode. I learned something from him, and then ever since then, he's been putting out. He's had good music and everything. So, um, yeah, that was a dope little, very interesting little take on two people, and Waka Flocka and Tammy. I mean, his girl, man, they some cool people, man. They cool like regular people. Waka really a smart dude, man. Very intelligent, intellectual when he speaks and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which is impresses me when I see rappers and hip hop artists nowadays, and just hear how they talk and all that kind of stuff. So big up to him, man. And Tammy. I don't know if they're together now or whatever they doing, whatever they got going on, but yeah. Um, also, in regards to checking on your relationship. So I peeped out um this dude. He said so a girl goes into a fortune teller and tells the fortune teller that she doesn't want to be with her boyfriend, and how what suggestions that he has for her to get rid of him. He was like, "Oh, yeah, all right, I got a suggestion for you. Be nice to him." She's like, "What?" Yeah, just be nice to him. Well, no, I want to get rid of him. She said, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. You just be nice to him all the time. Guarantee you. And So she's like, all right, well, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'll listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it, whatever. You know, blah, skippy, whatever. She goes about a month, about 30 days. I think he told her 30 days. Yeah, do it for 30 days. Be nice to him for 30 days. That's all you got to do. Be nice to him for 30 days, right? She comes back in 30 days. She's like, yo. She's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for that advice. And he was like, what? What do you mean? Did you leave him? And he was like, no. He was like, no. All right, baby. Hold on, let me tell my girl. He was like, no. Or she was like, no. He didn't leave me. She was like, oh my God, he turned into like the best boyfriend that I've ever had. I don't want to leave him. I just wanted to come and tell you that you know what I'm saying, we're thinking about getting married. And he was like, okay. He was like, exactly. He's like, that was the whole point. And she was like, what do you mean? She was like, maybe it was that when you were messing with him before, you weren't really being a good version of yourself. And because of that, he wasn't getting a good version of you. So he wasn't being a good version that you want to see in him. And so he said, when I told you to be nice to him, it was like, okay, won't you change the way that you're being to him, and then just see what happens for like 30 days, right? And that's a dope thing to do. Like I said, with the checks and balances, it's just okay, because when you're doing the checks and balances, not only are you checking and balancing the person that you're with, but also you're taking a minute to check and balance yourself. Like, what are you doing for this relationship? What are you doing to this relationship? Like, what are you giving to this relationship? Like, one thing I've noticed about people is people do things for people that people don't ask to be done, right? Right? So like somebody will do something for you, right? And um like this is a fair flag in a relationship too, but let you know that somebody does something for you and it's something that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Like, why'd you do that? Like, I just thought you well, you obviously don't pay attention to the thing. If you especially if you've been in a relationship for a minute, but that's a whole other topic. That's a whole other relationship topic for a whole other day. Um but you have to make sure that you're figuring out what aspects you're bringing into the game. And I think a lot of people have made society likes to make things look bad, right? When people talk about bringing, what do you bring to the table? I don't think asking that question is wrong for a man or a woman. I don't care what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? You can ask your boy. You know what I'm saying? You can come back and have him holler at me, write a comment on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it's wrong for two people to ask of the next person or who they're with. You know what I'm saying? Especially to check on that, especially when you're in a relationship to have that check. Be like, okay, look, and this is where a lot of women get messed up at, is because a lot of women don't do that check and balance. A lot of women don't say, okay, wait. Are me and you together, just me and you, or did you just smash me on Thursday 2 days ago? You know what I'm saying? And you was telling me all we was lit, and you was telling me all that goody stuff. You know what I'm saying? You sure it's been 2 days now? You sure you know we were doing this? Check and balance. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, yo, you in this relationship with me, but you seem a little woozy. You trying to be out or what's up? What's the deal? You want to be single? You want hot girl summer 3? You know what I'm saying? Or you want zaddy time? You know what I'm saying? You want some zaddy time? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? The zaddies out here, yeah, boy. Hey, but that's the thing about it, is you gotta have that checks and balance. I think it's very important. You gotta check on your relationship, see how it's doing, what's up with it. And like I said, most of the stuff that I'm giving you guys is just suggestions for good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. Y'all people out here doing dirties and sneaky links and stuff like this stuff ain't gonna work for you. So of course, most people, I mean, probably most people. I'm single. I got mad married people now. Don't get me wrong, but I got a lot of single people. They probably be looking at me like, "What are you talking about?" I'm talking about good people that want to be in good relationships with good people. That's what I'm talking about. And I think the most important thing is you gotta stop talking bad about the person you with, man. You gotta stop talking bad about the person you with. I don't see this that much with guys, but I do see it with guys. And boy, it'd be looking bad, bro. I'd be like, man, come on, man. Why you? First of all, why you? Remember, we talk about this on our show, Rob, the social media aspect of it. But people are very hurtful to someone that we're in a relationship with. And what I think is the worst thing you can do is you tell your friends and your family bad things about your partner. I think that's terrible. I think that's very terrible, because what you put in their head bad. That person's name bad. That's all they think about. That's all they know. And the funny thing about that is, when you talk to your friends and your family, you talk to them sparingly. You know what I'm saying? So you, especially when you're in a family, you got kids, and you're working, got businesses or whatever. You talk to these people sparingly when you're in a relationship with somebody, a serious one. So they only get every once in a while, right? So when they get through every once in a while, it's always, oh, he ain't take out the trash today. You know what I'm saying? I know he didn't take it out 3 days ago either, but he took it out the 2 days in between. You know what I'm saying? Just fine. He ain't take it out on Tuesday. He didn't take it out on Tuesday. He took it out on Wednesday, Thursday, and he took it out on Friday yet. But he's bad. And that's the interpretation that goes into the heads of these friends and these families. And the funny thing about it, why I bring that up, is because you spend time, important time, with these friends and these families. You go to happy hours with them, right? That you don't usually do all the time. They're every once in a while. You go to birthdays with them. Your family, you're with almost 90% of the holidays. You're with your family, right? And then my question is this: when you do talk bad about your mate, male or female, right? This applies to male or female. I just was saying that I see it more with women than I do men. But if you do, what happens when you do take them around those people? What happens? I mean, they get looks. They're looking at me. Oh, yeah, right? The people that don't want them around. You know what I'm saying? So then all of a sudden it becomes a situation where that person doesn't want to come around. So now y'all spend less time with each other because that person has to go with their family and friends, and that's what you got to do. That people need that. You know what I'm saying? People need that love, right? And now those people that they're going around probably ain't gonna like the person. You know what I'm saying? Because you're telling them all the bad. Not that the person is bad, but you're telling them all the bad. And not only that, like reading, like fun, like repetition, right? If you keep sitting having those conversations with the bad things about that with your friends and families, every time they bring you up, every time they bring up something, they talk about the bad things that you told them about that person. So now you're not only spitting out bad things, you're hearing an echo from the people that you're talking to back to you about the bad things also. So all of a sudden now you're coming home not only spitting out bad things, but getting bad things shoved back up into you when you come back home with your friends at happy hour, when you've been drinking, when you've been at the Christmas party with your family, you've been drinking, right? And it's like, it brings in a different outsider influence. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I say, not to not talk about your person, but don't talk about bad stuff with your person. Men are pretty good. I think Biggie said it the best one time. Biggie said, "Yo, problems with my wife, I don't discuss them." You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's a dope bar. Problems with my wife, I don't discuss them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's some real stuff, and it's just that's how men are more so. Because even like with my guys, you know what I'm saying? Like unless my guy, unless one of my dudes is like, yo, everybody meet up, or yo, so yo, meet up with me, want to have a conversation, and then we meet up at a bar or something, or a spot or something, or just like a pub or something like that, and then we just chop it up, and that's what the conversation is for. Otherwise we just hanging out kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We don't be sitting up there talking about, yeah, man, man, my lady was just tripping yesterday, man. She said I ain't take out the trash, dog. You know what I'm talking about, bro? I was gonna go off on her because I ain't like, I don't have to take out the trash. We ain't like that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's one reason we don't want our boy to be sitting there thinking like, yo, man, why you with somebody so horrible? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want that. You know what I mean? So anything we handle in the house, man, that's how it should be. Because you hear that echo. You're going to hear that echo when you talk bad about your mate to people that are eventually or supposedly are supposed to be around that person, that he or she is supposed to be around those people. It's going to be an echo back to you saying bad, 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 bad. And then eventually, after you hear it long enough, man, you think the same thing too. Bad, 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 bad. So you got to do some checks and balances, man. And a lot of times the checks and balances are within ourselves, mostly. Real talk. Real talk. So when I ask how's your relationship, I mean to ask how are you in your relationship? You know what I'm saying? Like what are you doing for your mate? How are you helping your person? You know what I'm saying? How are you showing that person that you love them? You know what I mean? Because honestly, in relationships, that's our job. Our job is to show the other person how much we love them, right? And sometimes you got to remember now, ladies, ladies, especially ladies that didn't have a father in the home. If you didn't have a father in the home, this is going to hit you a little bit harder than the ones that have. Love can be disciplined sometimes. And sometimes discipline isn't only meant for kids and pets. Sometimes adults need to be disciplined too. But discipline with an adult is more of conversation. It's more of checks and balances. But don't look at discipline like it's bad. Do not look at discipline like it's bad. Don't. Okay? Because everyone has to be. Everyone has to be checked. You know what I'm saying? Especially for if you think about somebody that wants to be healthy, right? If you and your mate are healthy and your mate starts eating bad stuff, you're gonna check them, ain't you? You're gonna get them back on their discipline, ain't you? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. I be making points, man. I be making little gems, man. That's all these are. These are just little gems I throw out there. You can catch them. You listen to them. Blessings. And if you don't, it wasn't meant for you. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy 800 Stizzles, man. Thailand TV. That's really about it, man, for tonight, man. Just want to talk about the importance of checks and balances in your relationships and making sure you understand how is your relationship, and checking yourself, man. Check yourself, man. It's not a bad thing to be checked, people. It's not a bad thing to be checked, man. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it can help you keep you on a straight and narrow. At least it gives you a moment to pause. Like my thing about it is have a conversation with my girl, man. I tell her, why do you think Gandhi is the most calm, um, um, most unfazed person ever? It's because Gandhi took the opportunity to just stop. I mean, they say the world revolves, right? The world revolves, right? That's what they say, right? They say, and if you look at people every day, we move all the time, all the time. We're just moving around, we're doing stuff all the time. Gandhi was like one of them dudes that could just be like, you know what? Pause. Just stop, man. Just stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, just stop, man. Just stop. Just chill. And in relationships, it's good to do that for a minute, to take a look and do your accounting, do your bookkeeping, and do your checks and balances, and making sure you and your partner are good. And you got to make sure you doing good to your partner. You know what I'm saying? Waka Flocka. Take it from Waka Flocka, man. Take Waka Flocka, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I tell you, though, I love me some Waka Flocka, though. I like Waka Flocka, man. I think didn't he come to Minnesota recently, too? Yeah, he was in Minnesota recently. Um, Still getting music, man. Still getting grimy. That's love, too. A lot of old heads is coming back out with some tracks, man. A lot of old heads. See Kiss, man. Jada Kiss, man. Woo, that man, dude. God dang, bro. That dude, man, his bars, his metaphoric bars be like, it'd be crazy though, but it'd be like in spit. Cause you know what I'm saying? Especially and whoo, I knew it too. I knew it. Cameron Cole, man. Cameron Cole, man. Y'all don't know if y'all peep out his show, but Jadakiss and Fat Joe got a show. Cameron been having his show. But he wild, man, Cameron. But I always knew Cameron had the flows, dog. I knew Cameron had the flows back in the day, man. Always back in the day, dog. I was always like, I always had like a track from a dude's first album that was not like the commercial track, right? Or just like an underground mixtape track or something like that and be like, dang, this dude is cold. Like Twister. I remember Razzmatazz, when I first heard Jazzmatazz, boy, I was like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude flaming. I'm trying to rap like him for a while. I told you, you know what I'm saying? I had a couple albums out, you know what I'm saying? So I was hot for a minute, you know what I'm talking about? I was hot for a minute anyway. But no, man, hey, but it's some old head, man. Buster was going to come out with a track. Cameron said, let's see, they got Wu-Tang on the track. They got a couple of the guys from New York on a 100 artist. I think it's a 100 rapper, 50 rapper track. The Locks is on there. I seen Deep Thought was on there. Whoo, it was a couple. It was Big Daddy Kane was on there, man. The Kane was on there, man. It was a couple of. It was man, yeah, man. The clip, you know how it be. You can only play like, you know, a certain amount of length or whatever, and you got to click on it to go to the whole thing. I don't think I clicked on it to go to the whole thing, but I seen it was like a 50 rapper track. And a 100 rapper tracks. It's old school artists, you know what I'm saying? Old school hip hop, boy. The guys is coming back, boy. The guys is coming back, boy. And these young dudes is ready, man. These young dudes is ready to listen now. That's the illest thing ever right now, is that the young men are ready to listen. And that's how this world is going to be. That's why this 2025 going into this 2026 class is going to be nutty, because these people, these young men, these young kings and queens, they ready to listen now. You know what I'm saying? They ready to understand. They ready to be pushed. They ready to go out here and get this, man. So, yeah, buddy, man, check your relationships, though. You know what I'm saying? Check your relationships. How is your relationship? And then how are you doing in your relationship? It's a talk with the God, man. Hey, understands ours, man. You guys have a good night, man. Have a good weekend. It's Friday. Have a good weekend. Blessings to everybody, man. One love. You want to come see me, man? Come see me watch Apple Valley boys basketball this weekend. Cracking at Hopkins. And you know how Hopkins gyms is. So we there Saturday. And then we have Bloomington Kennedy on Sunday. Be there. And I'm out.